Unknown Soldiers, How the Media Celebrates American Idols and Ignores American Heroes. Many of you who were here last year recall him winning this award. Tom did an outstanding job with his project, and it's led to several career milestones during the past year, including a syndicated weekly column with Creator Syndicate, where he writes the same type of columns about the sacrifices made by America's heroes in war zones. And he also, in March, took a job as Director of Story Development at the USO. The USO heard about what he was doing, was so impressed. Basically, his job is Director of Storytelling for the USO. In addition, Tom and his wife Lisa recently welcomed the birth of their first child, a baby girl named Reagan Marie Sileo. It's been a big year for Tom, so Tom, if you'd come up.
Well, thank you very much for asking me to speak tonight, Mr. Farley, and congratulations to all of our newest fellows. Let's give them all a round of applause. It is what it is. This phrase is common and simple, but it was also the favorite saying of Lance Corporal Andrew Carpenter. After this brave Marine was shot by an enemy sniper in Afghanistan on Valentine's Day, these words echoed through the mind of his wife, Chrissy, who was 8 months pregnant in Tennessee as the love of her life fought for his inside a hospital in Germany. Unable to travel to her husband's bedside while carrying their unborn child, all Mrs. Carpenter had was her family and her faith. It soon became tragically apparent that Lance Corporal Carpenter's brain was no longer functioning, forcing his wife to make the crushing choice to remove him from life support. But first, Chrissy asked her husband's mom, who was in Germany, to hold the phone up to his ear so she could say goodbye. Secretary Rumsfeld, Dr. Krauthammer, Mr. Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, these are the sacrifices our valiant troops and their families make for our freedom. Over the past year, I had the honor and privilege of speaking with some of our nation's finest men and women as I worked on my Robert Novak Journalism Fellowship project. On February 28th, I traveled to Columbia, Tennessee to stand shoulder to shoulder with Chrissy Carpenter and her grieving community. I wish everyone in this room could have been there. In the middle of a Monday afternoon, businesses shut down so employees could line the streets with American flags during the funeral procession. Children stayed after school to stand in silence on playgrounds with their parents and teachers. Elderly nursing home patients stood beside their wheelchairs with their hands on their hearts. And a United States Marine stood alone on a street corner in the late afternoon wind, saluting his brother in arms. Mrs. Carpenter told me that this outpouring of support and patriotism helped her get through the unimaginable pain of the next 3 weeks. Then, on March 18th, Landon Paul Carpenter entered the world that his father left a hero. In the hospital, a nurse gave Chrissy a onesie that had been specially made for baby Landon. It says, "Born free because my daddy fought for me." Because of the Robert Novak Journalism Fellowship program, I was able to author a newspaper column about this emotional American saga. After its publication, one of the emails I received was from a Vietnam veteran who said he was planning on personally setting up an education fund for Landon's future. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of a Robert Novak Journalism Fellowship is clear. The brochures you have been provided give you the ability to continue helping young journalists cover stories that the media, which I myself was a part of for 8 years, often ignores. I will always be grateful to Mr. Phillips, this event's sponsors, and all of you for helping me start a career at the USO that is dedicated to making sure children like Landon know their moms and dads are heroes. I wish Lance Corporal Andrew Carpenter could be with us tonight, although I have no doubt he is watching. I wish he could have watched his son grow up by Chrissy's side. But as President Reagan once said on the beaches of Normandy, let us make a vow to our dead. Let us show them by our actions that we understand what they died for. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the incredible opportunity we all have tonight, it is what it is. Thank you, and may God bless our men and women in uniform serving in harm's way at this very moment.